5 amazing facts on worms that went to outer space.
I'm an ordinary worm, but some people in my extended family got to go to outer space. It's okay that I didn't get to go because they had to live in a special bags and I like squirming around in the garden. But I have more information to share with you after this brief commercial.
We got to go to outer space, live in a bag, and grow really fast.
See, travel in outer space is involving all sorts of critters, and scientists keep on learning as they learn about how God made all of his creatures quite unique and detailed.
Well, the worms didn't travel like those worms that are all over the spaceship. But, instead they were in specially designed bags where they could actually live and be happy. Going into space is an exciting adventure, but some things are really difficult. For those astronauts to keep fit and have good muscle strength, why, that's a real challenge because their bones and muscles tend to get weaker in outer space in the weightless conditions. So floating around in the International Space Station is great fun, but not good for your health when you're there for many, many months. God made worms simple, but they have some similarities to humans, and because of this, the scientists can study effects of zero gravity and how it will affect human muscles. Worms are very small, they're quick to grow, and they're easy to take of, and best of all, they're cheap. The worms traveled with astronauts to the spaceship in a Dragon capsule. Now, the Dragon spacecraft is designed to carry up to 7 passengers to and from the Earth's orbit. But it is also the only spacecraft currently flying that is capable of returning significant amounts of cargo to Earth. And it's the first private spacecraft to take humans to the space station. The C. elegans worm starts as a single cell, and it continues with the complex process of development. It begins like a little embryo, like an egg, and then it goes to morphogenesis, which is a biological process that causes a tissue or organ to get a shape during the beginning development. The C. elegans worm has a nervous system with a brain and muscles and a gut. Who would have thought worms could have all of those features? But it has an ability to move, and it's capable of simple learning. Well, like a human, the worm gradually ages, loses ability to move easily, and then it finally dies. After their trip to the International Space Station, the C. elegans worms were studied to learn more about their genes and muscle development, and even their larval development, which means as a worm gets bigger, it molts and it gets a new skin when it gets bigger.
Oh no, time for another commercial break.
Although we got to go to outer space, they put us in an incubator and it helped us to grow quickly and safely, but then they froze us.
Scientists has to study, and those frozen worms were used to show the effects of zero gravity on the worms' bodies. Meanwhile, other worms had been grown in normal settings on Earth. Comparisons were made of the worms. What will these experiments tell us? Mission scientists hope that the experiments will help us to learn more about a possible cause of diabetes and a condition called muscular dystrophy, where people's muscles weaken and break down. So the research will help not only astronauts in space, but also people with medical conditions on Earth.
It's astonishing to think that sending worms into space could improve our health and help us to live longer lives. As we see how amazing God is in creating, remember, He does not waste. He uses His ideas more than once, and scientists even see how worm bodies and development can teach us more about muscles and health in people. Proverbs 3:13 says, "Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding." Did you know you had something in common with worms? That the way they grow in development is a little bit like how people do. And they were able to help the scientists to even figure out possible causes of diabetes and a condition called muscular dystrophy. Thank you, God, for making worms.